All right, all right. Technical difficulties aside, welcome everybody to another spectacular edition of Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. It's your boy here, Gio, flying solo tonight, getting ready to talk all the fun stuff that's coming out in the month of January, manga-wise. So let me remind you that this show is sponsored by InStockTrades.com, the official sponsor of Omnibros Live. In Stock Trades, your home for all things collected editions, manga, omnibus, hardcovers, trade paperbacks, all that fun stuff. Up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts tacked on an extra 2% to that. If you order $50 or more, you get free shipping, fantastic customer service, and wonderful packaging at InStockTrades.com. All right. So sorry about that, gang. Let's go on to the previews real quick because I thought it was going to be a hauls uh, episode, but I made an order of some books. Let's see, back in I want to say the first week of December 2021, and it hasn't even shipped. So, yay! And I think I made the mistake. Um, it was a right stuff order and another order of some other websites, including In Stock Trades. But the right stuff order had a lot of manga that I wanted to talk about. And the funny thing is, some of that stuff before the order got picked went out of stock. So I don't know if they picked my stuff, probably not. So I have to wait until it's back in stock for them to ship. I don't know. So potentially, I could not see. I don't see me getting that box anytime soon. So we'll just forget about December and all the manga that came out. But reading wise, I finished the sixth omnibus of Gantz, right? Yeah, volume six. I have volume seven to read, but I'm kind of waiting for this month because volume eight comes out. So as soon as I order volume eight, I'll start reading volume seven. And I hate it because I'm hooked on the story. It's fabulous. It's wonderful, action packed, all that fun stuff. And I don't want to. I don't want to read anything online. I want to read it physically. I really do not like reading manga online. I try from various sources, and it's not as fun to me as having it physically. I don't know. Even with the Shonen Jump stuff on the Viz Media app and all that, I don't know. I'm not loving it as much as I should. Thank you to the chat. Thank you for joining. Thank you all. So yeah. Also, we're already a little bit late because we usually put the right stuff listing and they already have a bunch of stuff in stock. So it's already out of the pre-orders list. Fortunately, the folks at Previews uh, have that stuff because it's the first week of the month, right? So I'm just going to name off a couple of books here. Or actually, I could show you. Give me a second. Let me copy this. It feels like I'm doing Omnibros. You do this. Hopefully it work. Okay. All right. All right. So Wi-Fi is being a little janky tonight, so I do apologize on that. But let's see if we can get through this together real quick. Stuff that's coming out. Um, oh, that already. It's already available, I should say. Sorry, on websites like Right Stuff, but still, they are coming out this week. A bunch of them, including Battle Angel Alita Volume 4. This is the smaller edition reprint of that series. If you couldn't get the hardcovers and you want to get the series, then get this format instead. 6 smaller uh, softcover editions. So yeah, Battle Angel Alita Volume 4. I'm definitely getting that. I am collecting it this route instead of the hardcovers. Blue Giant Omnibus Volume 4, which contains Volumes 7 and 8. Boruto Volume 13 is coming out. We also have Demon Slayer Stories of Water and Flame. This is a spin off focusing on two of the Hashidas, um, of the Demon Slayer manga story. Sorry, Dragon Ball Super Volume 15, Eden Zero Volume 14, Edo Ninja Scrolls Volume 2. How Not to Summon Demon Lord Volume 13, The Hero Life of Self-Proclaimed Mediocre Demon Volume 1 comes out. J.K. Haru is a sex worker in another world. This is a ghost ship title if the name doesn't spell it out for you. So very not safe for work material. This is Volume 2 of that. Kakuryu Bed and Breakfast for Spirits, Volume 7. Love Me Not, Volume 12. How do I pronounce this? Magi Mono Super Magic Action Entertainment, Volume 2. Manly Appetites, Minagishi Loves Otsu, Volume 3. Mashal, Volume 4. Moriarty the Patriot, Volume 6. My Isekai Life, Volume 1. I believe this is getting an anime. I'm not too sure. My Love Mix-Up, Volume 2. Parallel Paradise, Volume 8. Pokemon Pocket Comics Sun and Moon. And I think there was a couple more. Yeah, Ragnarok Crimson, Volume 4. People have told me to check that out. I kind of want to. Let me know, chat. Should I check out Ragnar Crimson? Is that something up my alley? Tale of the Outcast, Volume 4. Time Stop Hero, Volume 3. Twin Star Exorcist, Onyoji, Volume 24. Undead Unluck, Volume 5. And Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs, Volume 17. So let's stop sharing for a second here while I fix the website. Shoot. Okay. Ordering from Right Stuff is a little iffy these days. Yeah, I had did I talk about it on Omnibros? I'm not too sure. On the Monday show? I don't know. If I did, and you're hearing this for the second time, I do apologize. But I did order the recently released art book, Godzilla art book, hardcover, and that took forever to arrive. And when it did, I think what happened is the label ripped open and the contents fell out. I don't think somebody deliberately stole it or something like that. So I just found it funny that the mailman just, here you go, an empty box. Here's your package. I'm like, there's nothing inside. It appears it's either been stolen or something happened, so you're going to have to file a claim. So I went through Right Stuff's route insurance service, and so far it's worked fine. I sent them the pictures, I filed the claim, and they immediately replied back, do you want a refund or do you want a replacement? I'm like, no, I really want that book, so replacement, please. And within like a week of that email, or a couple days, I guess, I was sent another email like, we're taking care of it, don't worry about it. And then I got another invoice as if I had paid for the book again, and they sent it. So it's on its way now. So I've heard some people complain about that service, but to me, it's worked just fine until now. We'll see. Edo Ninja Scrolls? No. Ninja Scrolls one thing. Edo Ninja Scroll is a perverted manga about female kunoichi. They're not related. Unless they are, and I'm making a fool of myself. Because it's a ghost ship title. This mature rated manga series by the creator of Cat in a Hot Girl's Dorm, that should tell you everything you need to know. Journey to the fictional Edo period of Japanese history where sexy ninja battles await. In this time, arts of love and war hold equal sway. A diverse cast of ninja warriors, both male and female, must outwit, outlast, and outmaneuver the competition or else suffer the sexy consequences. That sounds like a fun time. So let's do this thing instead right here, right? Okay. So this is the rest of the previews from compiled thanks to the folks at Right Stuff. Unofficial sponsor, if you will, For anybody wondering that's new, I used to do them with the full picture and just read off the listings. But we got claimed once, like 2 years ago, and they took down the stream. I remember that was hectic and fun at the same time. We had to do another stream with this format that you're seeing now, so we don't get a copyright claim or stuff like that. So yeah, here is the listing for the month of January. Also, if you guys want me to talk about a specific book in the list, let me know. We have, let's see, for the second week, Living Room Matsunaga-san, Volume 9, A Sign of Affection, Volume 4, Might As Well Cheat, I Got Transported to Another World Where I Can Live My Wildest Dreams, Volume 1, Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie, Volume 8, The Dragon Knight's Beloved, Volume 1, Ascendance of a Bookworm, Part 2, Volume 1. This is, I highly recommend it, one of my favorite isekai. How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom, Omnibus, Volume 3. Marginal Operation, Volume 8. That's an interesting cover. Lovesick Ellie, Volume 1. Sweat and Soap, I believe this is the final volume of that, because there is a box set edition coming soon. By the Grace of the Gods, Volume 4, another isekai series. Rent a Really Shy Girlfriend, Volume 2. I really need to get this. I typically don't go for spin-offs on a popular manga, but she is my favorite character of Rent a Girlfriend, so I might make an exception. Here we have a daily report about my witch senpai, Volume 1. Case Closed, Volume 81. This is something that someday I want to own. I would like to build just a shelf for Case Closed and all hundreds of volumes, because I'm pretty sure it's going to go past 100. Here we have Fly Me to the Moon, Volume 9. Let's scroll over here to the next page. Okay, if it's working, there we go. Good, yep, lots of titles to go over. All right. What, couldn't the makers of the 90s anime Ninja Scroll sue them for that? If not, what's stopping someone creating a manga named Edo Avengers or Edo Justice League? I don't think they have a patent on the word Ninja Scroll. That's probably why. It'd be fun though if they do Edo Justice League. Yeah, let's go. Why not? Here is Freyren Beyond Journey's End, Volume 2. I keep forgetting to pick up the first volume, so I need to do that because I love the premise for it. Mao, Volume 3 from Rumiko Takahashi. Persona 5, Volume 8. Pokemon Adventures X, Y, Volume 1. Pokemon Sun and Moon, Volume 12. Multi-Mind Mayhem Isekai Tensei Sudoki, Volume 2. Farming Life in Another World. Looks interesting. Got some elvish action right there. Kuma 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 Bear, Volume 6. Level 1 Demon Lord and One Room Hero, Volume 3. We also have Reincarnated as a Sword. The Crater, this is another Osamu Tezuka collection. This one's more sci-fi heavy, if I remember correctly. I'm interested in it, but I don't know if I'll pull the trigger and get it. The New Gate, Volume 8. The New Gate, Volume 8. Okay. Ten Dance, Volume 6. Topu GP, Volume 6. Bofuri, I Don't Want to Get Hurt, so I'll max out my defense, Volume 3. This one's cute. I've seen the show for it, and it's fine. I like that it doesn't take itself serious. It's just the main girl is just playing a VR MMO RPG and all that stuff. It's not an isekai. It's just them having fun in a virtual reality game. Unless something else happens in the manga that I am not aware of. Here we have Murcielago, Volume 18. Overlord, Volume 14 is coming out, as well as Val X Love, Volume 11. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, Volume 12. I need to catch up on this because I only saw the anime and the manga and the chapters that it covered. But I do want to keep up with Hanako-kun because I like it. Here is Teasing Master Takagi-san, Volume 13. Soul Eater Perfect Edition, Volume 5, hardcover. I know a lot of people are collecting those. Boys Run the Riot, Volume 4. Same with this as well. Succubus and Hitman. Why not? Carol and Tuesday, Volume 3. Do You Love Your Mom and Her Two-Hit Multi-Target Attacks, also known as the, what is it that they call it? The MILF Isekai, Volume 5. Golden Japan-esque A Splendid Yokohama Romance, Volume 4. Here's Pokemon Pocket Comics, Sun and Moon, sorry. Little tongue-tied there. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, The Ways of the Monster Nation, Volume 6. Your Turn to Die, Majority Vote, Death Game. Your Turn to Die, Majority Vote, Death Game, Volume 2. That's a tongue twister. Marcelo, thank you for joining, buddy. Thank you so much. With a Dog and a Cat, Every Day is Fun, Volume 6. Bakemonogatari, which recently got announced to be ending soon, so I'm excited for that. I'm still debating if I want to watch all of the shows or read all of the manga or check out all of the light novels because I've only seen a handful of installments from the Bakemonogatari series. Monster Guild, The Dark Lord's No Good Comeback, Volume 2. Slow Life in Another World, I Wish, Volume 2. Species Domain, and by the way, all these, if you're wondering, like Slow Life, and you can tell right away the type of show that, the type of story that they are. So it's very trope heavy and isekai heavy. Species Domain, Volume 12. Opossums, Volume 8. Sachi's Monstrous Appetite, Volume 6. The Seven Deadly Sins, Four Nights of the Apocalypse, Volume 1. When Will Ayumu Make His Move, Volume 3. We have another book of Topu GP. This is Volume 7. So 2 volumes in the month of January. Beastars, Volume 16, continuing that series, as well as probably one of my most hyped reads for this year. The one that I'm super excited for is Record of Ragnarok. It's just pure testosterone. Love it. Bloom Into You Anthology Volume 2. Gantz Omnibus Volume 8. I was just talking about that a couple minutes ago. Excited for that one too. Record of Ragnarok, if anybody's wondering, basically all the gods are tired of humanity and their shenanigans and they want to destroy the earth, but I believe it was Valkyrie or Brunhilde. She proposes they follow the tournament clause or whatever, where they give an opportunity to humans to defend themselves. So do a tournament of the world's strongest humans against select gods, and they're going to duke it out. If the humans win, the Earth is saved. If the gods win, then so long, everybody. But the action in this is insane. Also, don't pay attention to the anime because that was not that good. But the manga looks amazing. So you're in for like stuff like that, where it's like tournament and action oriented and fighting manga, then yeah, Record of Ragnarok, I think it's going to be solid, and I predict all of the manga tubers are going to pick it up. We also have Love Me for Who I Am, Volume 5. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Kana's Daily Life, Volume 9. I haven't read the spin-offs, but I love Miss Kobayashi, so I'm interested in this. Assassin's Creed Blade of Xiaoyun, Volume 3. Hell's Paradise Jigokuraku, sorry. I believe Volume 13 is the final one, if I remember correctly. Let me check on that real quick here. Oops. Yeah. It's not the last one. I think Volume 13 is the final one. Number 5, Volume 3 from Taiyo Matsumoto. I'm definitely getting that. Super excited to continue reading the story. The Way of the House Husband, Volume 7 is coming out. Ultraman 16 and Her Royal Highness Seems to Be Angry, Volume 3. Reincarnated as a Sword, Another Wish. So this is a spin-off from Reincarnated as a Sword, Volume 1. No Matter What You Say, Furi-san is Scary, Volume 2. The NPCs in this village sim game must be real. That's a very interesting title. Not the most engaging, but pretty absurd. The Ideal Sponge Live, Volume 10. Steins Gate 0, Omnibus, Volume 3. So these are a little chunkier than your regular manga from Udon. Kiss Me at the Stroke of Midnight, Volume 12. If I Could Reach You, Volume 6. Yuzu the Pet Vet, Volume 7. That looks cute as hell. Here we have a couple box sets and stuff that people are looking forward to. Yeah, Regular Ragnarok is also my must-read since the anime adaptation watched it. I enjoy Regular Ragnarok anime, but I can't see why a lot of people dislike it. I can't wait to read the manga, or can see why a lot of people dislike it. The art on the manga is phenomenal. I have to admit, I did read a couple pages online before getting the official book, so I have read a couple chapters. Ooh, next to Maginot. I like that question. Give me a second. Speaking of MangaTube, it seems to me a lot of them have really slowed down with content since late 2020. Many stuff are slowed down. There are too many haul videos and people accumulating thousands of volumes in months. It's very easy, and I could make a whole video ranting about this, but I won't. I'll save it maybe for another time. Or screw it, I can talk about it now. Whatever. We got time, right? It's just me. A lot of manga tubers, it's very easy to just buy volumes and show it off, like for that clout game. And people will be like, oh my God, you have so many books. It's amazing. And that's it. And all you do are hauls and reading logs or vlogs or whatever. And like, I've been reading this and I've been reading that. And that's it. I've watched a couple channels that I had to unsubscribe because it was just buying stuff and showing it off. And I don't know. I want more than that. Maybe a couple analysis here and there. Maybe some reviews. I try and spice it up on my channel by mixing both anime and manga. So I review a couple shows. I do some hauls because I genuinely like doing haul videos. They're fun. But that's not all that the channel's made of, you know? Reviews, discussions, the occasional live stream, all that fun stuff. Can't. Yeah. Okay, so speaking of manga tubers, breasts are my favorite things in the world. Amen to that. Volume 4 is coming out. And speaking of Volume 4s, a very popular series, One Piece, is getting its 4th box set. And I know a lot of people are excited for that. A lot of people are wishing they could get the first 3 box sets, which are all out of print at the moment, but they will be back. So fear not. If you're wondering, when will I be able to get those box sets? I'm pretty sure by the end of the year, all 3, if not at least 1, will come back in print. So yeah. But if you're collecting it, regardless, even if you don't have the first 3 and you plan on collecting One Piece, get the 4th box set. Get it now before it sells out, and then you have to wait a freaking year for it to come back, maybe. So that's my recommendation. I don't do manga box sets. For One Piece, I just collect the Omnibus 3-in-1s. Speaking of Omnibus, see what I did there? Saint Young Men Omnibus Volume 7 hardcover edition. And another box set, Now this one I'm tempted by, but I don't do box sets, so I don't know. Everybody has recommended Quintessential Quintuplets to me. This is season one, or the first half of the series, so the first 7 volumes, and includes some posters and whatnot. Everybody keeps swearing that this is amazing. I watched the anime and didn't really like it that much, but it was probably because I wasn't paying too much attention because of the harem slash comedy aspect of it. It wasn't really for me, but people keep swearing the manga is like one of the best rom-coms ever, so I'm curious. I don't know if I should give it a shot. Plus, I do like the art on the manga better than the show. Saying Quintessential Quintuplets is one of my favorite anime. There you go. Excited for the box set. I will definitely be picking this up. Man, don't phone me into getting this, but I am super tempted to get it. It's a good price, and I actually ordered Amazon. I was a production issue, and they had to cancel everything and resolicit, so I canceled, and I never got back to pre-ordering. So we'll see what happens, because I do have some books that I want to get, but I can probably switch them around for this box. Speaking of switching around, Star-Crossed Manga Volume 4 is coming out. I'm Standing on a Million Lives, Volume 11. The Abandoned Empress graphic novel, Volume 1. And here's another high-profile release that I think a lot of people will get. The Seven Deadly Sins, Omnibus, Volume 1. It is larger than your standard manga. Trim size is a little bit bigger. And the reason I think it's going to do well is because these new Kodansha releases are sold not only in comic shops and like Barnes and Nobles, but also Target and Walmart. And every manga that they put out at Walmart, from my experience, does a pretty good job and sells out. You put a volume 1, it's going to sell out at Walmart, because a lot of people don't have access to like Right Stuff or In Stock Trades, Amazon, and they go to physical stores to buy them. And yeah, from what I've seen from my nearest Walmart, they sell pretty well. So down there, and it'll sell pretty quickly. The Girl I Want Is So Handsome Omnibus. So this is an all-in-one edition. Cocooned Entwined, Volume 4. The Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess, Volume 4. High School Prodigies Have It Easy, Even in Another World, Volume 11. We have a couple more. Amazon has the Quintessential Box Set 2 coming out later this year. Damn it. Before the streams, before the freaking stream ends, you guys are going to FOMO me into pre-ordering this damn thing. In anime, the voice acting is so good. Yeah, I didn't mind the voice acting at all. It was just, I don't know. I need to give it another shot. I'm pretty sure this is one of those series, I like the manga more than the show. I don't know. It was probably the animation for me that I didn't enjoy. Simeon, thank you for joining, buddy. Personally, I limit my YouTube subscribe list to only include content creators who actually read the books. Although sometimes I do like to watch like the people that just splurge on everything. Like, I got everything. Look at me, I'm the best. Sometimes I'm in the mood for that. I'm like, yeah, let's just see what you got. But yeah, I don't subscribe to a lot of manga tubers though, or anitubers. My YouTube subscriber list is mostly video game news, retro video game collecting, and weird stuff like that. Music channels. A good portion, let's say like 80% of my sub list, is unrelated to comics or manga or anime. I just don't like watching the same stuff that I do on my channel. Then I recall some creators reading so much they couldn't really explain what they read. They would just say, this is cool, or this was not so good. They probably were burnt out. Yeah. And a lot of them do share similar opinions because everybody buys the exact same thing. That's just a fact. I'm not hating on anybody. That's just it. Uh, this list of books here, you got Chasing After Aoi Koshiba. We have I Cannot Reach You, Volume 3. I Am the Hero, but the Demon Lord's Also Me, Volume 3. That's an interesting title. What the hell is this one about? Is the villain the hero in the story? Kaiju Girl Caramelise, Volume 5. I'm shocked that this is still going. I thought this series ended. Wow. Here we have The Maid I Hired Recently is Mysterious, Volume 2. My Youth Romantic Comedy is Wrong, as I Expected, Volume 17. Slasher Maidens, Volume 4. Spy Classroom, Volume 1. Oh, Sword Art Online, Alternative Gun Gale Online, Volume 4. Night of the Ice, Volume 8. The World's Strongest Rearguard Labyrinth Country's Novice Seeker. Wait a minute. The World's Strongest Rearguard Labyrinth. The World's Strongest Rearguard Labyrinth Country's Novice Seeker. Is that how you say it? Volume 4. That is a really weird way to title your manga. Yowamushi Pedal, Volume 19. Yowamushi's still going strong. Nice. Here we have some other big titles. Oh, 14. Yeah, Quintessential is 14. So just 2 box sets. Blood on the Tracks, Volume 8. Is anybody here up to date with Blood on the Tracks? Because I need to talk about that series. Because it's crazy. I'm not the biggest fan of the manga right now. I think it slowed down significantly after something major happened in the story. And I'm not enjoying it as much, but the recent chapters have been pretty freaking crazy. Speaking of crazy, where do they get some of these names? I wonder if there is something lost in translation. I think I saw somebody explaining the long names because most of these long named manga are adaptations of light novels, and the light novels get posted online first in websites, book websites or whatever in Japan. So they put the super long title name to attract attention so people click on it and buy it and read it. So the manga, since it's an adaptation, they just carry on that name. And eventually the anime adapts the manga so the name keeps going. I think that was one of the explanations I heard for the long titles. If I'm going to have that. James, you're on volume 7 of Blood on the Tracks. It's good. It's just like my excitement for it just went down a couple levels, but that's about it. It's still good. And the art is fantastic. Let's see. So yeah, Blood on the Tracks. Another manga that's coming out is A Man and His Cat, Volume 5. These 2 cats are pretty chubby and huge. They must weigh a ton, but they look adorable. City, Volume 13. One of my favorite ongoing manga, To Your Eternity, is finally back with Volume 16. Here we have The Hero Life of a Self-Proclaimed Mediocre Demon, Volume 2. Wave, Listen to Me. This is a series that I do need to get, because even though I've seen the show, the anime, and I own it on Blu-ray, it didn't adapt everything. It basically did like a best of the manga and made a story out of those chapters. So there are a lot of stuff, a lot of chapters and plot points missing from the show. So I do want to pick it up. Yeah. Those Not So Sweet Boys, 5. Harukana Receive, Volume 9. Here we have, I think this, yeah, it's the last one. I Shall Survive, Volume 6, The Unwanted Undead Adventurer, Volume 3, Double Manga, Volume 1 from Tokyo Pop, and Tamamo-chan's A Fox, Volume 4. Interesting. Is that all for January? I think there was a little bit more. I might be this real quick. Let's see what they got. No, the list continues. All right. So we got Gal Gohan Volume 10, Wonder Cat Q-chan Volume 4 Colored Edition, Happy Kanako's Killer Life Volume 3 Colored Edition, Trapped in a Dating Sim, The World of Otome Games is Tough for Mobs Volume 3. And the last one here is The Breaker Omnibus Volume 2. This is a manhwa that a lot of people are excited for. So those are the books coming out in the month of January. Real quick, before we keep on chatting about stuff, I'm the Hero, but the Demon Lord's also me is something that I want to read about, but I won't get it. I just want to find out. Oh, I know what this is. How could I forget? That's a very boobtastic cover. I forgot about that. Yeah, it does have a parental advisory. And Yuma Sugati is an ordinary high school student whose family runs a public bathhouse. He leads a peaceful, uneventful life, but all that changes when a beautiful woman from another world appears before him, certain that he's the hero she's been searching for. Sure, he's no hero, but how can he refuse such a beauty? That does nothing for me. I hope it does get better because that was not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. The other one that I wanted to check out is the NPCs in this village sim game must be real. Yoshio is 30 years old with no job and a shut-in lifestyle. His mundane days and nights are suddenly interrupted when he receives a copy of The Village of Fate, an experimental game with graphics like nothing he's ever seen before. Oh god! In the game, he takes on the role of a guardian deity who watches over the people of a new village. But he finds that the game characters are so intelligent, reactive, and human that he starts wondering if they could be real people somehow. Through his connection to their strangely vivid lives, Yoshio begins to discover the brightness that had been missing from his own existence. Okay, so it actually sounds promising. Because I got to be honest, I'm getting really tired of isekai, and I of isekai amongst my circle of friends. Watching so many shows of the same nature kind of gets to me, and it's starting to annoy me somewhat. So if it's him just playing the game, yeah. Somebody says it's an introspective look into neat psychology. Okay. Yeah, I'm interested in this. Shannon, no job, no relationship. When he receives a new sim computer game that boasts characters created with a new kind of AI, he doesn't think much of it until he gets drawn into a fantasy world so vibrant and lifelike that its residents can't just be game characters. Suddenly finding himself the benevolent god of a scrappy fantasy village is a lot for Yoshio to handle, but it might be the key to this he needs. I have to be completely honest with you guys. I am super excited for that. I really want to check that out. It sounds fun. It's not a what do you call it? It's not an isekai where he gets dragged into another world and he uses like video game logic and mechanics and attack names to defeat the demon lord. Practically all, like 80% of isekai are just like that and nothing else. It's the few that twist it around, like Overlord or ReZero, Konosuba, the original Dot Hack stuff that stick with you because they changed the formula just enough where you dig it. But the good majority of it, not that great. The Breaker Omnibus Volume 2 is out now on Amazon. I got my copy in the mail last week. Ooh, let me know. Let me know how that is. Because I've heard good things about it. But I have read very little manhwa, so yeah, let me know, James. Grom, Barnes & Noble lists reprint dates for manga. Are those generally accurate? Uh, Not entirely. Same with Books a Million. They also put reprint titles or reprint dates. Sorry, uh, they get them right most of the time, but they can be wrong, and it's happened where the date arrives and it gets pushed further. So it's just a rough estimate. Think of it like a rough estimate. Don't go by it. Uh, don't what is it I'm trying to say? Don't uh, follow that date to a fault. Know that it's subject to change. That's what I wanted to say. It's all right. Do you have Redfists of the North Star? Is that good for first manga read? I've only read the first hardcover, and if you like 80s um, 80s manga with high testosterone and like Mad Max inspired uh, world building and characters in leather with super attacks and macho fights. I mean, it inspired a whole generation. It was inspired by a lot of the 80s action movies and TV shows and stuff like that. And Fist of the North Star itself inspired other stuff like friggin' Berserk and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and stuff like that. So, with that said, for a first manga read, sure, but I don't think it. I would go with something else, honestly, and not necessarily Berserk either, because a lot of people are like, oh, but you should read Berserk. That's a very heavy manga to read for the first time. Rather you read. All right, I'm back. I would read something softer, as I was saying. Still, Shonen Jump stuff is a lot of fun, but maybe not Fist of the North Star. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on it. It's a little bit too macho for its own good at times. Fist of the North Star. Manhwa is Korean comics, but they also call them webtoons because it's digital. And you scroll vertically on their apps and all that stuff, and it's huge in South Korea. I just pre-ordered Animal Crossing Manga Volume 2. Does that make me a manga bro now? Hell yeah, man. Of course. Any manga is a good manga. So going back to this, Terskati, I hope I said that name right. I do apologize if I butchered it. I probably did. I'm trying to think. Because maybe if you want like historical fiction, go to like Vinland Saga. That's a good one to start with. The art is beautiful, and it's a little bit more grounded in reality compared to Fist of the North Star, because that borrows heavily from Asian cinema stuff and like martial arts and super hard moves and all that. Um, Maybe if you want sci-fi action, I talked about Gantz. That's pretty brutal, but it still has a early odds aesthetic that I think people will dig for the first time. Just be aware that there's a lot of nudity and sex in Gantz, but the action and story is top notch. Who do you think has the best character development in manga and anime? Wow. Uh, Manga and anime. I'm gonna go with an unconventional pick. One of my all-time favorite anime characters is Renton from Eureka 7. That character's journey is so fascinating to me because he starts out as this snotty brat who doesn't really understand anything about the world and gets thrown into the biggest adventure of his life in this alternate Earth that has a giant world war at its hand with some supernatural, or not supernatural, but like magical mysteries that are happening with the scup coral and uh, the mystery of Eureka and stuff like that. And you see the Renton's progression through the story, like from the very first episode all the way to the final one, episode 50 was the final one. And it is so gratifying and awesome to see that character evolve into a man. I was rooting for him, and he's one of my all-time favorite characters. So it's a little bit unconventional, but I really enjoy Renton's journey through Eureka 7. Yeah, he starts out pretty whiny and bratty, but keep in mind I think he starts out at 13 in the first episode, and by the end he's 15 or 16 or something like that. But yeah, really satisfying. Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, his progression is pretty wholesome. I wouldn't say it's the best one, and a lot of people will disagree with me, but I really enjoyed his journey, and he's one of my all-time favorite shonen leads. So I'm gonna go with that. Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho, that's a great one too. Robin, I don't want to talk too much about One Piece because I'm not up to date, so I can't really give out solid opinions on One Piece. I've only read up to what was it, Skypiea on the manga, and the anime I saw up to Waters on both. So I can't comment on Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho. Tolga, thank you for joining, buddy. Thank you so much. So from the stuff that's coming out, I am getting the Gantz Omnibus. I am getting Beastars. I am getting number 5, volume 3. I am getting To Your Eternity. I don't know, guys. The NPCs in this village sounds really interesting. I want to check that out. I want to get it. I want to try something different. I still don't know what to do about Quintessential Quintuplets, so I might get that. Although there's a series that I do want to get. It's oh my gosh, what's the name of it? House of Five Leaves, the manga series. I do want to get that. So I don't know if I should sacrifice that for Quintessential Quintuplets or go ahead and pick out House of Five Leaves, because I do want to make like a section of samurai manga, and that one has great ratings, and I know what it's about, or I know about it. Sorry, and I do want to read it. One Piece, like I mentioned, I them the 3-in-1, so I'm not going to get the box set. You're welcome. You can get what would have been my selection of it or my order. And am I missing anything else that I'm going to get? Gantz. Oh, Record of Ragnarok. That's my pick. Record of Ragnarok. Beastars. To Your Eternity. Number 5. Gantz. Those are 5 solid picks that I suggest. And I think it's going to suck because Volume 2 of Ragnarok comes out in like 3 months, I think. So it's going to be a long wait for more volumes. Ragamuffin, thank you for joining. Saw the anime for 5 Leaves. Very laid back vibe. I want to check it out because I love samurai stories and feudal Japan stories. And I like that it's not action oriented and it's more of a drama piece, right? And the art is pretty funky, so I do want to check that out. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll splurge and do like a one of those manga tubers. Like, here's all the stuff I got, and then that's it. And I quit the video. Let's see what else is here that I recommend. Uh, Succubus and the Hitman. Um, sure, why not? Murcielago is something that I'm interested in, and I got to be honest with you, it's because of the name. I always find it super cool when Japanese mangaka incorporate Spanish into their stories. That's it. I know it's kind of a fan servicey series, but just the name alone, I'm like, I dig it. I like it. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. I do want to read it, probably digitally. Let's see. The Crater is another one that I'm looking at from Osamu Tezuka. This has, if I remember correctly, um, and I don't have any Tezuka, so that's a shame. I really need to fix that. The Crater is a collection of stories ranging from horror, science fiction. World-renowned author Osamu Tezuka introduces you to an ominous world of sin and regret. A man from the slums faces his doppelganger from the other side of the tracks. Three guests visiting Hot Spring are reminded of their past sins by a magical ringing bell only they can hear. Stranded on the moon, an astronaut is stuck within a crater, sustained for a century by a mysterious, life-giving gaseous fume the moon crater expels. I'm into that stuff. I want to check it out. And yeah. Oh, thank you, James. Record of Ragnarok, Volume 2, April 19th, with over 14 volumes and still ongoing. It's going to take a long time to get them all in the US. Yeah. But that's good, because good in the wallet, I guess. About 3 years ago, Murcielago popped on my radar, but I haven't bought any volumes yet. It seems like it might be interesting. It has a crazy enough premise, honestly. Succubus and the Hitman. I think a couple streams back, somebody said it was fun. It's 18 and up, but somebody said it was fun. And I'm all about fun. I don't mind fan service in manga whatsoever. Unless it's like offensive and stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean. So for anybody wondering, Murcielago currently has 18 volumes released in the US. And this is a really wacky story about mass murderers. It may not have much by way of career skills, but Kuroko seems to have landed her dream job as a hitwoman for the Tokyo police, a license to kill other killers. Interesting. This, yeah. And of course, most of it is out of stock. But that is, that's everything's out of stock. Gantz is great. Watched Gantz Zero a few days back. Great adaptation from the Arc. I wish we could get another Gantz adaptation, like fully adapting the manga. So, oh, and Frieren, however you pronounce it, I do want to check that out. Although the other stuff I mentioned is more exciting to me at the moment, so we'll see. Let me remind you guys while I'm here now and unmuted that this stream is brought to you by the fine folks of InStockTrades.com, our wonderful sponsor. Your home for all things collected edition manga. All the manga that I talked about tonight, you're going to find it at InStockTrades.com. Manga, omnibus, hardcovers, trade paperbacks, compendiums, epic collections. The list goes on and on and on. Your home for all things collected editions is InStockTrades.com. Up to 50 to even 60% off discounted books. You get free shipping if you order $50 or more. Of course, fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging. That is courtesy of InStockTrades.com. Also, let me remind everybody, if you're tuning in, at the end of the month, we're going to do a gift card giveaway. It will be on the 31st of January, valued at $50, open to international waters. Anybody can participate. Be sure to tune in for that show at the end of the month, the last Monday of the month, courtesy of In Stock Trades. Yeah, there you go. UFO table to adapt Gantz anime from the beginning, but that's wishful thinking. Yeah, that'd be fun. I'd be down for that. Let's see. Did I miss any comments? Throw some questions at me. We got 3 minutes before I wrap the show up. Let's see. Also, I was going to ask this earlier. If you guys have any ideas or books that you want us to cover, not just talking about topics or previews, but if you want us to cover a specific series or something on the manga shows, let me know in the chat or in the comment section later on. How many volumes is House of Five Leaves? I believe it's 8 volumes. 2 of them are out of stock at the moment, so that sucks for me. But I believe it's only 8. Also, I want to read. Shoot, what is it called? It's a Glacier Bay book, because they had. Let me check before I slip up here. Yeah, F Manga got a lot of great reviews. Indie manga. Although personally, I'm not a huge fan of the art on it, but I get it. It's independent artwork. It's a lot more free flowing. Children of Mootown sounds really interesting. I do want to check that out. That's from Glacier Bay Books, and that is about a municipal renovation project that seems to offer a future of stability for their dilapidated town. The mysterious and far-reaching consequences that their actions set into motion may leave Yuichi and his friends with no option but annihilation. This is youths of an aging residential housing complex who are struggling for their lives, burdened by financial issues, peer pressure, and uncertain futures. Ensnared in the clutches of organized crime, they are searching for a way to survive. This is story and art by Masumura Yushichi. There you go. It's a tongue twister there. But Glacier Books has a couple interesting titles. Oh, nice to imagine. I forgot. Yes, your comment. Give me a second here. I forgot about that. Where was it? Semi-relatedly to all your hentai digressions before, do you happen to know whether all of Legend of the Overfiend has been collected in English yet? I don't think all of it has been collected. I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it's incomplete. Archangel, thank you. Archangel, sorry. Thank you for joining. Have I missed everything? Pretty much. I'm on my way out. It was just a solo stream tonight, buddy. But thank you for joining. Lots of cool stuff coming out in January, though. Has I'm a Hero gone back out of print? No, it's still out of print. And the funny thing is, I recently started getting those books, knowing that Volume 10 is very hard to come by. But fingers crossed, it comes back in print soon. Mamoru Hosoda's Bell yet? And if so, do you think it merit catching in theaters? I've heard nothing but great things about that movie, so I'm really excited to see it. I don't think it's gonna show. I don't think they're gonna show it in any theater locally here. So I'm gonna unfortunately wait for the Blu-ray release, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. I would be interested in a video that explains the different types of manga, the terminology, just like some foundational knowledge for those of us new to the scene. I can work on that. I can do that. That'd be fun. It's always nice to go over the basics. I like talking about that stuff anyways. How do you decide if you're going to collect physically or read digitally? I want to start collecting One Piece, but just seems too out of reach. It depends on the actual plot of the series for me. For example, if it's something that I know I'm going to like a darker sci-fi, or I don't get all the Shonen Jump stuff, but like more fantasy-based or dark fantasy, and it has really great artwork, I'm going to buy it, and physically. And obviously, the volume count is something crucial because I don't have a lot of space. It's very limited. So if the book has, let's say, 16 volumes, I can deal with that. But if it's, I don't know, Detective Conan, Case Closed, with 81 volumes, I ain't got space for that. So I'd rather read the Shonen Jump stuff digitally because it's always a continuing series that gets put out. Like My Hero Academia, for example. I'm pretty thankfully the author said he's thinking about ending it in like a year or so. So that's great because I was this close to just stopping buying the series because 30 some volumes to fit on your shelf it's quite a hassle. So yeah, it depends on the volume count and the actual theme of the manga and if I want to get it based on the art. But nothing wrong with going digital on that stuff. Have there been any pre-order for good Asian cinema samurai monster movies coming out soon from Arrow or Criterion? I haven't seen anything new posted for a while unless I missed them. The recent announcement was more for like Western stuff because we're getting the 4K RoboCop and 4K. Oh my god! It's a werewolf movie, American Werewolf in London, and there is a Japanese movie coming out that I pre-ordered. I haven't seen it, but it's one of those classics, and I will give you the name if I can find the freaking link. Oh, speaking of links, it's good that we're talking about this because, To Sleep So As to Dream special edition for Morio Agata, but that's not samurai or monsters. Sorry. But speaking of monsters, Hiruko the Goblin is coming back into print. It's getting two versions, if I remember correctly. I don't know them. I don't remember the labels, so I do apologize on that. But the regular edition you can pre-order from Amazon, and that comes out next month. And there's another like boutique edition or whatever with like slipcover, and I think, let me check, from Third Window Films. So yeah, Third Window Films has Region B release for that. The slipcover, and it looks all nice and pretty. But the regular edition, I guess, comes out February 8th on Amazon. So I pre-ordered that. Maybe have an episode where you discuss the manga series that are out of print or in limbo, and which ones you want to be reprinted or re-released. That's a good one. Thank you. There's always that one volume that's out of print that you need to complete. For me, it's Beastars Volume 5. Is Beastars Volume 5 out of print? Interesting. I got into Beastars when Volume 1, Volume 2 came out. So I've been getting them early on. That's the problem these days. If you're interested in a series, jump on it as soon as it starts so you can you can get all those books, because manga is super popular these days. And once it goes out of print, The queue list is so freaking large for reprints. I'm currently on Rosa arc in One Piece, reading from the Shonen Jump app. I have one volume. I have volume 1 only in my collection, and we'll pick up the 100th volume. That's cool too. I don't have room for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but I would like to own it one day. However, I saw something that that was interesting. Somebody was saying, "Oh, I own the first volume of each protagonist," because they're not going to get the whole series and they're watching the show, the anime. So I thought that was fun. I thought, hey, I could do that. Beastars won't be out of print, just out of stock. Yeah. Yeah, no. Out of stock, either way, I don't have it. Yeah. That's also a problem because Viz owns a crap ton of licenses from different manga, not just Shonen Jump stuff. So, yeah, their waiting list on stuff to reprint is pretty insane. Same with Dark Horse. So that's all the stuff that's coming out. We got over that. Talked a little bit about all the topics. Let me remind you guys that next week will be regular Monday show, Hall's Previews Reads. And then Wednesday will be news and Q&A. And then next Thursday will be a comic talk episode. So stay tuned for that next week. Thank you to our wonderful sponsor for sponsoring the show, Inside Trade Saga. Your home for all things collected edition. I was told certain series would never go out of stock or out of print. Then they did, and it was a hassle to find them. Oh, the big three, like One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, that stuff, it will take forever to reprint, but it's never going to go out of print. Right now, I was naive way back when. I'm annoyed because at the time when certain series were being released, like I had it opened and I don't, like Hell's Paradise, for example. I said, I'm not going to get it now, I'll get it later. And now most of them are super difficult to find. So I feel you, brother. Thanks for the updates. Have a good night. Thank you so much, Simeon, for joining. Remember to make a note for next week's film and TV episode to discuss Peter Bogdanovich's passing, as was reported today. Yes, I saw that news. So, yes, I'll talk about that. Or next Imagine On, if you're on the chat, let me know, because I'll do a note now, but I'll probably forget. Mine's all over the place these days. Look for some Naruto 3-in-1s and some Stickles crazy prices. Yeah. I'm just a little burnt out on Naruto. Same with Dragon Ball. But eventually I would like to own all of them. I'm not going for a complete set of Shonen Jump stuff or something crazy like that, but a couple famous manga like that I would like to own just for the heck of it. Okay, so that's about it. I gotta go. I got other stuff to do. I gotta film some stuff for my channel. That's so we can geek them if you guys want to follow me there. I look forward to a video that I'm making on my favorite shows, my favorite anime of 2021. I'm working on that. One final comment here from my buddy N-Man. Yu Yu Hakusho is another series we spoke about a few years ago that has crazy prices now. This needs to go back in print because it's a staple for Shonen Jump and for the fandom, and I would like to own it as well. I've read it and I've seen the show, but I've never owned the manga. So yeah, thank you to the chat. You guys are wonderful as always. I love every single one of you guys. In the comment section down below, if you're watching at a later time, let me know what are some of your favorite manga that you're picking up in the month of January. Thank you to our sponsor, In Stock Trades. Thank you to everybody for watching. Hit the like button. Share the video. It really helps out the channel grow. And yeah, that's about it. Follow me on my channel if you can, or We Can Geek Them. And we will see you on the next stream, which will be Monday night for hauls, previews, and reads. So thank you, everybody. God bless. Stay safe out there. Catch you on the next one. And read more manga.